What's good, everybody? It's Big Game James, man. I'm here back in the building before I go head off to my game I'm about to call. Make sure, well, you ain't gonna check it out, but hey, I'm about to go move my thing. But this video, right quick, is about Kellen Moore and what's gonna happen after the season. Now, Kellen Moore came back after flirting with colleges, Boise State. His hand was in the ring as a head coach this past season when Dan Quinn decided to come back. I think him and Dan Quinn got like a 5-year deal extension. People saying get rid of Kellen Moore, he gotta go. He gotta go. But I don't know if he's gonna ever go. Not for a while. You saw what happened with Scott Linehan, right? But they just didn't renew his deal. They didn't fire him. You feel me? They didn't fire Scott Linehan. I believe they just didn't re-sign him. His deal ran out. They just said we parting ways. You go your way. You go our way. Same thing they did with Ron Marinelli. When his deal ran out, they didn't fire him. They just said you go your way. We'll go our way. I don't think they're gonna be firing no Kellen Moore, especially the way they brought him up like Jason Garrett. When he retired, he went right on the staff. He basically was anointed like Jason Garrett did when he came in. And if you look at Kellen Moore since he's been the offensive coordinator, they've had top 10 offenses like numbers across the board. And regardless of the ill-advised play calls or run pass option, Dallas is 5th in the league in rush attempts. And to me, the Joneses look at that. They look at those numbers, and them numbers say top 10 with Kellen Moore the whole time he been here. So it's hard for me to believe that Kellen Moore is going somewhere. The only way I could think Kellen Moore is going somewhere, and I still don't think so, is because I don't think they just fire people. And if they put you on a 5-year deal, I think they let that play out. And I mean, when Mike McCarthy came aboard, he's the one dude they kept. He kept. And I feel like that was the Jones saying, you can get rid of everybody else, but we keeping him. So it ain't gonna be McCarthy firing him. McCarthy ain't getting rid of no Kellen Moore. He don't got that power. He don't got that power to say, I want another coordinator. And you heard him in the media saying, I don't like option routes. I don't really deal with a lot of option routes. I don't do this, I don't do that. But have they changed? That's why I say, and I ain't hating on no, I don't even want to deal and talk trash, whatever. But when he said that in the media, weeks ago, has Kellen stopped him? You feel me? Like, I don't know if he reels them in, but the ultimate power is with that front office. And I feel like that's where the meddling comes in. And I feel like this is where we fall short, y'all. This is where the Dallas Cowboys fall short. Like, yes, I'm going to give the front office y'all credit. Y'all do a hell of a job with being on them contracts. Y'all don't oversign players. Y'all real meticulous with those deals. You get players who want a lot of money, end up coming here, they don't get a lot of money. Like Stephen Jones is true with those contracts. I don't get no hate here. The draft, hey, you can't hit on all the players. We understand that. You can't be 10 for 10 or A plus every single year. But when we look at Cowboys drafts and the youth on the team, they've done a damn good job. Yeah, we know they don't get free agents. We saw the flirtation with OBJ. They did bring in T.Y. Hilton and Jonathan Hankins, which I didn't think they were going to do something like that. Even these guys are a little bit over the hill. I thought OBJ was an impact player, and now they're saying the chances are fading, but I feel like they made the attempt. So I don't want to just bash front office, but when we say the small things, I feel like these are the small things, Cowboys fans. When I see Kellen Moore and I see the coach, I don't know if they're on the same page. I don't feel like Mike McCarthy really wants Kellen Moore, but he wanted this job with the Cowboys, so you had to take him. And you don't have the power to fire no Kellen Moore. And if you listen to the media, when you listen to these Joneses, when Dallas was struggling, or when we had the bad game against Tampa Bay, or players need to get better, Kellen Moore has never been mentioned. I haven't heard Kellen Moore mentioned from Jerry Jones. If he has, let me know. Jerry Jones or Stephen Jones, they ain't mentioned nothing about no Kellen Moore this year about him doing bad, or he got to step up with the play calling, or he got to be a better play caller or anything. I haven't heard that. So while Dallas Cowboys fans is upset and frustrated, I don't see where he's going anywhere. I think it'll be telling with this playoffs, if it's an early first round exit, what is going to be the dynamic. Because I already said these last 4 games were critical and you already lost one. I said you had to go at least 3-1 in these last 4 games. You got to go into the playoffs hot. And if, let's say by chance you go in there maybe limping or whatever, and you go in the first round and you get beat and it's not a great offensive showing, what happens? That's my wonder. That's what I'm wondering this year. I ain't gonna lie. I'm wondering what's gonna happen this year if Dallas falls short again. Who gonna eat this? And I'm sorry about I'm at my sorry about the beat. I know people will hate that, so I apologize about that. Sorry, we are gonna get that fixed. But what's really gonna happen? Is Mike McCarthy gonna go? I don't think so. Because the only person I feel like they're gonna get would be a Sean Payton. They gotta give up picks, and I don't think they're doing that. They ain't gonna fire no Kellen Moore. So I think this is just a marriage for another few years, especially with Dallas getting 2 back-to-back 10-win seasons. I don't feel like they letting Mike McCarthy go. You gave Jason Garrett a long-ass leash, and that dude was hella inconsistent, and he was your boy wonder. You gave him a long-ass leash. Playoffs, no playoffs. 3 straight years, no playoffs. Then playoffs, no playoffs. Playoffs, no playoffs. And you gave him a 10-year leash, and this dude came in 3 years. 1 bad year, but you didn't have your quarterback, and in 2 years with your quarterback, and you had a little absent with them again, you still won games, and you got back-to-back 10-win seasons, back-to-back double-digit seasons, and you're in the playoffs back-to-back years. This hasn't happened since 06, 07, 95, 96. So I think Jerry's going to take that in consideration. Like, even if they do fall short, like, we did some stuff we hadn't done in years. So when we talk about Kellen Moore being gone and, man, Kellen Moore got to go, only thing we can pray, y'all, is Kellen Moore continues to get better. Because I don't think Kellen Moore going nowhere. And honestly, I think if Dallas fails, I think Mike McCarthy ain't going nowhere. I mean, where you going to go? What coach you going to get? You got to start out with another new system, 3 years. Jerry, 80 years old. You ain't got time to be shuttering these coaches at 80. You feel me? I think he wants to try to get something before he die. And not even being insensitive, but just being real. He's 80. So I just don't feel like, unless there's just a total flop, I don't see no change. So the only thing we can pray is, Cowboys fans, that Kellen Moore continue to grow as an offensive play caller. I know we don't want to hear that, but that's the only thing we can hope he continues to grow. Like I said, his offenses haven't been bad to me. Yes, does he make bonehead decisions? Yes, does he, what are you doing moments? Yes. I seen the bunch up of the receivers. Too many people say Dak's got to be perfect when he makes his throws because the routes and the things that Kellen Moore does. Going in, the shotgun a lot when you don't have to, and it seems like Dallas is better under center. When they really work that under center, it seems like they're better. And he's been a coordinator for 3 years now? And all his offense has been top offenses. So I just say, man, let's just hope Kellen Moore continues to get better. I know you probably don't want to hear from me. You probably say, shut the hell up, big game. But I mean, I just feel like that's what it is. It's not changing because I don't hear the front office bashing no Kellen Moore. I don't hear them front office saying anything bad about Kellen Moore. Okay? They made a point to keep him when Garrett was gone. They made a point to keep him. And he's still doing it. I mean, he got top 10 offenses. It's hard for me to see Dallas moving on from an offensive coordinator that you have a top scoring offense every single year he's been a coordinator, top passing offense, a pretty good run offense, especially this year, and you're using Pollard who could get 1,000 yards. I don't see them moving on from no Kellen Moore. So like I said, Cowboys fans, in closing here, we just got to hope Kellen Moore continues to grow, especially in these last 3 weeks, playoffs, that he really opens it up, really steps his game up in certain situations. And that's what I'm just hoping that happens, because I don't see Kellen Moore leaving here. I don't think Mike McCarthy is going to go. I don't think that's the way not Jerry Jones operates, is firing head coaches like that. He did it with last head coach he really fired was Wade Phillips, and that was a disaster. But if you still winning games and you doing things that you haven't did in Dallas in a very long time, Jerry going to give you a leash. So I think both of those guys are going to be here next year, and we can just, all we hope is Kellen Moore continue to grow as a play caller, because I think this is the guy that's going to be here until that contract runs out. Unless those offenses go straight to the tank, he ain't going nowhere. And that's just what it is. So we just got to be able to deal with it and just hope these next 3 games in playoffs, he continues to step up as an offensive coordinator. Because in my opinion, Kellen Moore ain't going nowhere. So we just need to stop complaining about it. All right. Talk to you soon. We're supposed to be having that big round table tonight. Phillies versus Cowboys content creators. We're gonna have like a 5-on-5. Law Nation, J Tuck, Rome. Who else we have? Law Nation, J Tuck, Rome. Somebody else. I know me, but I think we had another one. Who else did we have? If I forgot, I totally apologize. But I'm gonna be playing the back row. I'm gonna be chilling, listening to a lot. You know, I ain't gonna be going crazy, but I'm gonna be listening to a lot. But let's see what happens. We got the big game coming up Saturday, and me and my guy Joe Castro is supposed to be doing the live play-by-play. So make sure you jump in. I think that'll be good. But check out that show tonight. It's going down. I'll be probably in there a little late. But like I said, my last words. Kellen Moore ain't going nowhere, y'all. So let's just pray that he continues to grow. Peace.